I have some signal issues here today. Uh, so carbon dioxide is a typical greenhouse gas. Okay, so I would say yes to this. And you have to have this knowledge. Basically, when you look into environmental management and cleaner production, so your emissions, some are carbon dioxide, so you have to have this knowledge. But remember, if no greenhouse gases, the world will be, the world would be very, very cold. If no greenhouse gases, the world would be very, very cold. Again, මේ ලෝකේ greenhouse gas නැත්තම් මේ ලෝකේ හරිම සීතලයි. තේරුණානේ? So there should be greenhouse gases up to sufficient levels. Up to sufficient levels. Okay? There should be ගානට greenhouse gases තියෙන්න ඕනේ. අවශ්‍ය උණුසුම තියාගන්න. තේරුණානේ? අවශ්‍ය උෂ්ණත්වය තියාගන්න. But excessive greenhouse gases makes the global warming, global warming. So that one means the warmness move above the limits, above the comfortable limits for the world. The temperatures goes high when there are excessive gases of greenhouse qualities. When the globe temperatures goes excessively high, then your climate change. North Pole glaciers will melt, sea water levels will rise, and some small islands at sea water levels, at sea levels, will disappear in time. And there can be even like harsh weather conditions like cyclones, and all the things may come. If there are excessive greenhouse effect taken place in the globe. So that is the issue. So the man-made emissions, mainly burning of fuel, generate lot of CO2, makes the globe having this greenhouse effect too much. It's excessive, it's too much. So this leads to global warming. That's why you can check with your parents maybe. Those days, weather is not like today. Little bit, maybe 1-2 degrees colder. You have the nice weathers and nice seasons. Rainy season, of course, it's the rainy season. Summer is, of course, it's the summer. But now, you have just now raining stops and all, but anyway, this may be rainy season. So, we have that issues, that's why. So, not only the combustions, but deforestations, jungles, trees, plants absorb CO2. When you cut trees and when you damage the forests and no replanting, your reserves to absorb CO2 depletes. Then CO2 will be in the atmosphere. Once it's in the atmosphere excessively, again leads to global warming. So this knowledge is very, very important. There is a little scientific facts as well. Not to say that, yeah, it is scientific, but not to say that difficult things to have a basic understanding. That is quite easy to understand. Right? So you have to go through these things. That is very important. So I have little more questions to you today. So through these questions we are learning, that's the point. Right? So here is one of the Examples you can see the solar energy comes here. Halfway, some reflected, some heat reflected, some heat reflected. You can see here. Okay, some heat reflected. Some hits the earth, and the earth also see earth energy. This red color arrows goes come back to the earth. It won't go outside, go bounce back because of the greenhouses. Yes, then we have issues because of these industries. Yeah, emitting lot of CO2. So this returning uh, thermal radiations once hit the CO2 like greenhouse gases, those gases absorb this and again send that energy back to the earth. So that is the principle. That's the principle of greenhouse. Even the clouds sometimes. The water also absorbs it. Yeah. So whatever going, they are supposed to go out from the atmosphere, but it bounces back because clouds absorb some and moves down. Even the clouds also has very good greenhouse effects. It retains temperatures. It retains some thermal energies, and those are coming back to the earth. That's why. So water is also a greenhouse gas. CO2 also absorbed. Methane also absorbed. Then some refrigerants. Mostly refrigerants, they have this ozone issues. Yeah, later we will discuss this. So the greenhouse effect is here. Okay, I got this from Newton. Right, yeah, not done by myself. So the point is, sun's energy we call solar energy. It's coming as radiation. Okay, radiation. Give me a second. Yes, you can see most radiation is absorbed by the Earth's surface and warms it. But some solar radiation is reflected by the Earth and the atmosphere. So, so what? Another, some of the infrared means the low energy levels with low frequencies. Some of the infrared radiation passes through the atmosphere, means bouncing back, passes through the atmosphere, okay, back to atmosphere. But some is absorbed and re-emitted. Some is absorbed back. Instead of going straight away to the atmosphere, you can see here, some heat is absorbed by example like clouds, carbon dioxide, methane, and all the gases, that kind. And then again send back to the atmosphere or even have that warmness there. Having warmness in the atmosphere really makes the globe warm. So some is absorbed and re-emitted in all directions. Okay, that is done by the greenhouse gas molecules. So this one really warmed the Earth's surface. And the lower atmosphere. Atmosphere is the, here the Earth's surface and the lower atmosphere means atmosphere closer to the Earth's surface. Okay, not the upper levels of the atmosphere. Atmosphere has many layers, but here the lower atmosphere means which is closer to the Earth. So you have to understand greenhouse effect. So today my knowledge sharing on greenhouse effect is less because today sharing is not about the greenhouse effect. So if you need, we will talk about greenhouse effect later, but I'm going to share with you some more important environmental facts. Okay, environmental facts. So you have to be very attentive somehow. Right? So these are the atmospheric layers. I got this from internet. Okay, you have the globe, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exospheres. So you can see our interactions here somehow at different levels, and the closer to globe atmosphere, lower atmosphere is the low level of the troposphere. Okay, even I'm not that familiar about this. Yeah. So you can see the kilometers range and all. So the scientists, so they really explore these things. Okay, so we are just considering this fact. Okay, we are just considering this fact. Then, so let me add one more important question. Okay, give me a second. There are a lot of things I have to share with you. Yes, this is one of the points. See whether you can accept this or not. See whether you can accept this or not. Using environmentally friendly products saves resources and energy and helps to prevent global warming. Okay, so you may say yes to this. Okay, you may say yes to this. Yeah. So that's why. So this says that if you are buying some products, of course you have to have some good knowledge on this, not contributing that severely to global warming. Okay, that means that product should save resources and energy. Okay, and also prevent global warming. So those are environmental friendly products. So environmental friendly products have good features, using of less resources and energy. Okay, that also prevents global warming while preserving the resources. Quite interesting, Tala, quite interesting. So I have several questions for you. I have to put few more together because if I discuss one by one, it may take hours and hours. Reduce garbage helps to prevent global warming. So I will share this knowledge with you, don't worry. Reduce garbage helps to prevent global warming. You know, garbage release methane. Methane, you know this methane, this tragedy. The tragedy because of the methane trap there. Methane comes out. So there it was an explosion, but when methane goes to atmosphere, it leads to global warming. Okay. Then the second one, electricity saving helps to reduce the fuel needed to make electricity and to prevent global warming. Reduce the use of fuel needed to make electricity. Of course, when you save electricity, even fuel are being used to power as the energy source of electricity. And this fuel should be combusted or fired. As a result, there may be CO2 emissions and all. So when you save electricity, leads to prevent global warming. See how nice we have this knowledge. Okay. So this is a question I one time. This one I have received this because of some good reasons. So here a lot of questions, but I am selecting something relevant for you, right? Yeah. So third one, raising the forest well is a good way to prevent global warming. So you may expect some questions for the exam from this. Right? Raising the forest well means reserve, is a good way to prevent global warming. We can say yes because forests absorbs CO2, which is the main substance responsible for excessive global warming. So we have more forests. Raising the forests means more forests. It is very good to absorb CO2. Means to control the atmospheric CO2 levels and thereby to prevent global warming. There should be some certain levels of CO2 important because that helps to have some warmness. If no CO2 in the atmosphere, this will be like a popsicle, very cold. We cannot live here. So certain global warming should be there to make to keep the globe warm, but not to make the globe warm. Keep warming, keep the globe warm, and make the globe excessively warm. Those are two things. Okay? Those are two things. So let me look into some tips. Huh? So the first question is still a bit tricky. Is the solar energy infinite? How about this? How about this? Using a bicycle helps to prevent global warming. That's right. Simple tips. Using bicycle helps to prevent global warming. Simply we can say yes and have the reasons. Every time a car starts or accelerates suddenly, energy is wasted. Are the manufacturing students and even food and IM they know this well. So energy wasted means again leading to some global warming and also pollution. Okay. The other question, third one we have already discussed. Eco-friendly products are products that use less resources and energy than other products until they are disposed and discarded after being made and used. It's about the life cycle assessments. You have learned about this. Starting from the raw material until disposal. Consumption of resources and energy for that usage and product should be minimum as possible. Then only become eco-friendly. Means saving resources, minimizing pollutions, also minimizing global warming. Global warming and climate change is an issue today. So if we don't act today, tomorrow will be something pretty much challenging. Okay? Tomorrow will be something pretty much challenging. Okay? Another interesting question I have: water shortage occurred due to global water shortage occurred due to global. Yes. We have in the earth, the water may be something like how to say is quite precious. So how come global warming leads to water so shortages? Yes, you have to think about that. You have to think about this. But we have to say yes to this. We have to say yes to this. One fact is, when the globe is more warmer, more clouds would be there. Okay, clouds are water. That is one thing. Okay, and also when global warming is there, it may have issues with the water cycle. Maybe it may have issues with the water cycle. There may be slowing down or whatever. You have to study this, but it's a plain truth that global warming leads to water shortage. But when it comes to small islands like Sri Lanka, the effect may be relatively lesser, maybe lesser, but in Sri Lanka we have very good water resources, and one day, like today, we are fighting for the oil. See, even in the southeastern sea, Sri Lanka, one new diamond oil tanker. It was a big news. Do you know one day, pristine water carrying huge tankers, means vessels in the sea, carrying water, also maybe in the headlines like that too in future. So people go and try to save the water leaking to the sea. There will be time, not later, but maybe in the near future, it may be a possibility. So that's why even for this MCC, Millennium Challenge Corporation, they are asking for some land strips to development. But those strip contains very good water resources, groundwater resources, as well as wind energy resources. If that was given for others' developments, that belt, one end connected to Trincomalee, the other end connected to the Sri Lankan west coast. So imagine uh, how risky is that. That's why somehow we are lucky enough to get to not to go for this Millennium Challenge Corporation, uh, how to say that, pact. Okay, those are not pacts, but those are dirty deals. Somehow we are saved from this. So whenever you have this knowledge, only you understand that how important. Okay, so this is a very important piece of knowledge. Very piece of knowledge. Okay, I have a little more questions. Let me post it to you before end of the class. Okay. So today one of the very important sessions. one of the very important sessions. See, same thing. As the polar glacier melts due to global warming, the sea level gets higher and coastal lowlands around the earth are immersed in water. We have to say yes to this because it's a fact. Okay? See how serious the global warming effect and this environmental issue because of this commercial activities including industries, of course transportation all comes under industries, so and production, huh? So this is a fact. So you imagine, even though we are learning the subject environmental management and cleaner production, no matter what cleaner means, as long as if we are using more energy, more resources, we are doing something bad to the nature. That's it. Now you should have a very good understanding. Actually, by right, we should have done this pretty earlier. Maybe next time I will do that. But this time maybe I might have forgotten this. Yeah. Third question there, the second one. If global warming raises sea level, crops in the nearby fields can be damaged. You know that is the other issue. When the sea level is rising, the salinity level of the inner grounds, of course, nearby fields to the sea, but inner grounds, the water salinity level will be high. So it is not about only damaging the crops. That soil is no more suitable to grow plants and trees. See the global warming effects. Now we are really in a certain phase of this global warming issue. So we are facing this. That's why now you can feel how serious this. And the one before the last also need to say yes. If you purchase and eat agricultural products produced in your area, you can reduce carbon dioxide emissions. When you buy from nearby shop, you can just walk and buy instead of using a bus or a transport. And when you buy those products produced in your area or in my area, for my case, they are just transporting maybe just by maybe even in a maybe simple bicycle or some maybe hand carrying the produce to the shop nearby. See, no usage of fuels, no usage of fossil fuels, CO2 emissions, zero. So you are contributing. And these are very, very important tips because here it is not about you and me, but the entire society of over 20 million population. So if 20 million can comply for this, imagine. That's why, so instead of exporting, produce locally, sell locally, buy locally, we are done. Okay. Now, vegetables, this is a fact. Jaffna vegetables, for Jaffna people to buy, do you know how many kilometers they are traveling? That vegetables, not the people. Jaffna vegetables, do you know how many kilometers traveling for Jaffna people to buy those? Do you know? First, those vegetables, most of the veggies goes to Colombo first, economic center. Then from Colombo goes back to Jaffna. That's how it is happening, the system. So sometimes the the not the Jaffna veggies, but the other areas veggies will be bought by Jaffna people, not the Jaffna veggies. Jaffna veggies may be going to elsewhere. See the very wrong economic models. Yeah, wrong economic models. But when you see these things, these are drafted by UN, United Nations. They have noticed these are the tips as the strategies for people to practice. Okay, those are very important. Last one. Most of the products we use emit carbon dioxide in the production process. It's a fact. As long as you are consuming energy, no matter electricity, indirectly you are know that product has a share of CO2 emissions. So it is good to buy only what you need. Okay. So that is one way sustainable consumption and production. The other way it is the environmental management. Okay. And green production. Buy what you need and produce what people need. Yeah, two things, It is not only buying. So, Putana, that's all. So, trust me, there will be some questions from this for the coming exam. You trust me because these questions are extremely valuable knowledge for the others. So, even for a question bank, we must have this kind of questions in our exam papers so that future students they will see this and somehow they will be ready for this knowledge. So that's what I need. So that's what you need as well. So let me stop the class. Sharing only this question is very limited, but it's a big punch, you know. It's a big punch. So any questions? No mind? Any questions? Remember, of course, I'm remembering every day. You are given very important group assignments, 5 groups, manufacturing, please, IM, and also FPT. You have to do that. So that is for you and also for your exams. So manufacturing, keep your pride. You have to present excellent piece of knowledge in front of the other 2 groups. IM, you have to keep your own pride as well. Food process, you have to keep your own pride as well. So be ready with very good presentations as sharing the knowledge, and it helps me as well. Okay, and it definitely helps you, I assure that. And your time spent on this will be really valued. Okay, and also one more message for IM students. Are the IM students here? Yes, I can see IM students. Utala. Mm, so even I can see one Kopi Mahendiran. So yes, I can see IM students. That day means Friday afternoon. Last Friday afternoon, around 1:30, maybe around 1:30 or 2. Yes, we had a session, just a brief meeting. Many students came and the Janaki arranged the meeting. Your IM representative, and we outlined 15 topics targeting that South Asian uh, write-ups you have done. So you have to put it into a nice piece of publication to publish this or to present this in your coming mini student symposium. I think it is really good if you can do it because it's a pride for your department, and I also feel very good when my students are doing something exceptional. Uh, that is very important. So please, Putala, I am batch. Good. Uh, do something on that. Do something on that. And I have to see your power. Okay, about thinking, about innovations and all. So please do it. I am Lava Ahmed. Yeah, I can see Sadhuruni also here. Because you were not there, but your
Yes.
write-up was very good there. So your write-up was very good. I believe you have that write-up with you. So put it into a type text and follow what I explained that day where you were not there. So not much effort for you to do this, and there may be several other students as well, same like you. So do it, and we will submit it for the mini student symposium. Right? So that will add as a publication for your resume. That is very good. Eh? Publication for your resume. That is very good. Even any other topic, if you fail, please write something. Yeah, this is the opportunity we can help you. That is really good. Eh? Yeah. So let me stop the class. That's all. If you need today write up, uh, I can share this one. I can email really presentation today. Yeah, I put it as solar energy is infinite, but that is wrong. Not infinite, is finite. As I feel, so I put is finite. Question mark. Today date is 28 920. So I'm now going to email this to you all. Environmental management. 29, sorry, 28, 92020. I save it. File save as PDF. PDF save. Let me email this to you now. Compose. It's really raining here. Today presentation Zoom. I am manufacturing food process. Yes, that's all. So I'm just, yeah, just sent to you. I believe you will get it. Believe you get it. Yes, sent to your email, group email. Yeah. So Let me stop the class with that. Okay, so I'm going to stop the class. So no much assignments these days because you got the key assignments. So by right, we should uh, we should not to receive the assignments, but to do the presentations a week before. But this week also we couldn't make it. But next week also we cannot. Next Monday I may not be available for your lessons. But somehow we will try to arrange a timing to get the presentations done. Not later, but sooner. Yeah. Thank you, Putal. I'm going to stop the class now. Thanks for joining and take care. Bye then. Bye.